Hey everyone, it's that guy you see at the gym, but you only have like the up nod relationship with, and then you see him one time outside of the gym and you're not exactly sure how to acknowledge it. Omar here. And today we're going to talk about my favorite lens of all time, the Fujifilm 200mm f2. Now, I realize the title's a little clickbaity because this lens does everything it's supposed to, which is A, make you look really cool, and B, emasculate every photographer around you just by having them look at you. I mean, look at this. Look at this thing. It looks awesome. I love this thing. I love this lens. I adore it. I take it with me whenever I can, and I do use it to take some really unconventional portraits because I think it's a lot of fun. This is a $200 lens hood. Now, how do I know it's a $200 lens hood? Because this is my original. And for those of you who have never seen a lens hood with this little thing here, this is the common lens hood style for all Super Telephoto primes. The reason why is that this is securely attached to the lens as opposed to like your regular normal turnaround and click lens hoods, which are anxiously attached because you can just knock them out and then whoop, they fall down on the floor. It's a really well-made lens hood. It has the same pearlescent color scheme here. It's not heavy, and it takes up maybe around like a third of the actual size of the lens, but I mean, you really want to avoid those flares. So really, for what this is, for like a 300-2.8 equivalent for full frame, it's a pretty compact lens. If Fujifilm decided to re-release all the different focal lengths with this kind of build quality and this kind of autofocus performance and everything, I would fully invest in it. I love this lens. Now let's put this guy somewhere fairly aesthetic so we know what we're talking about throughout the whole video, and maybe grab a thumbnail at some point. Now, I've had this lens for about 3 years, and I've used it on the X-T3 that's actually giving you the overhead shot right now more than anything else. And while I was using it on the X-T3, it was too good of a lens for the camera. Using it on the X-H2S right here, it pairs up very well, balances very well, but I still feel like there's a lot left in the tank. It doesn't miss. All the images look great. Cropping the images look great. Doesn't matter if the teleconverter is attached or not. And being that I had a lot of sports clients, I did have a justified reason to actually make this buy, but realistically I was looking for any excuse under the sun to do it, and I'm really happy with the purchase. But the lens hood problem, this was an issue to get initially, so I ended up getting a backup as well. Here's what the spare is. I've left it in its little bag, and these were direct from Fujifilm. You don't really have a lot of other options because if you buy a used one, there's a chance that you're buying a broken one as well. And I feel like Fuji, they're doing great. They're getting ready to relaunch the next iteration of the GFX 100. These cameras, in my opinion, have been a huge success. Obviously, X100 out of stock everywhere, and this lens does not need an update, and I don't think it'll ever need an update. But this right here, even if I have to shell out another $200 for it, I need this to be fixed. If you want me to make like a 2 or 3 year, it's been 3 years now. If you want me to make a 3-year review on this lens, let me know in the comments below. So the problem, as it turns out, is that this thing right here, this is also plastic. And effectively what ended up happening was, I guess, I don't know, I'm not really that strong, and maybe I tightened it a little too much and this got stuck. So I had to really try to peel it back, and this is the end result. Here's the metal bracket, and what did it do? It ended up breaking through this plastic little wedge here. And I'm gonna see if I can get a macro shot of this later or something, but this is not very robust. Like, you see this? That's all that was keeping that there. And I don't know why. Like, I understand that they wanted to keep this lightweight, but I feel like it was just a bit of an oversight. And really all they have to do to fix it is like replace this area with a piece of metal. Maybe this entire ring right here, it almost looks like you could pop it out. But if they replace that with a piece of metal, this will solve that problem and it will be the perfect lens. Now, I understand the design already went out, you know, costs are involved, tons of people have it. They can't do like a freebie to send out, but I'm willing to spend another $200 and I guess just keep this one for like memories or something, just to have that kind of security, because to be out, you're far from home. I had to use a couple of bongo ties to actually keep the hood on, because of course, when it fell apart, it was a day where I could potentially actually get some flaring issues, even though this is like phenomenal. Like when I say This lens is amazing. You can shoot into the sun. Matter of fact, if I had this photo, I'm going to throw it up on screen. That is a shot I took with this lens on the X-T3, just aiming at the sun over at Shenandoah one day. No ghosting, no flaring, nothing. I love it. But anyway, going back to the point of the video, a few $100, effectively a paperweight at this point. I was wondering if I could turn it into some kind of like a pen holder or something at some point. But yeah, short video today. Just wanted to toss that out there. Also wanted to get in the habit of editing in DaVinci Resolve a bit more. So I'm going to start churning out a lot of videos. Let's get this guy back here. Yeah, so like I said, I'm trying to edit in Resolve more these days because I need to familiarize myself with it. It's clearly they're coming out with a bunch of amazing tools other than their color grading. And I'm trying to make more videos. Unruptured TV, I'm going to put a screenshot here. He asked me a question to go in depth on the Sony ZV-1 teleprompter setup on this like 200 viewed reel that I made, and that's going to be a video that I'll make. So if you have pretty much any question, if I can answer for you, let me know in the comments below. It can be tied to Fujifilm equipment, Canon R5C and some Canon lenses, maybe a lighting question, maybe you have like an industry question, or maybe you want to see some shots with the Ricos or some other point and shoot camera, which I should probably make another episode about why to stop buying things if you want to do this for a living, but that's a whole other topic. Anywho, that being said, that's it for this video. Catch you next time.